Mendix, but seems to be like Mendix, there are like no much opportunities actually. So I thought like maybe if I could cross skill myself in React Native, that would be an highlight advantage to my career.
Okay,
That's
okay.
what.
So what my understanding right now, you are not working. You have the good experience on the
Yeah,
native iOS.
yeah. Native iOS. Yeah,
Yeah, you are looking for the React Native.
yeah.
Yes.
React Native. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay. Good, good. No worry. I will teach all the React Native stuff so you can start the job searching on the React Native skills. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen. We can start that. Where are you from?
From Hyderabad.
So you are interested for the offline course also?
Oh, yeah. Offline, no, right now actually because I'll be traveling here and there. I have some
Where are you
other.
staying?
Right now, I'm in Vijayawada.
Okay.
Usually, I'm a native of Hyderabad, but I have few commitments in Vijayawada. So maybe in a week I'll be traveling frequently. So
Also, so
online would be the
you
better
are
option.
willing to join the online course, right?
Online, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay, got it. No worry. Let me share my screen. If visible, please let me know.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's visible, yeah.
Are you able to view my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So let me start the React Native. What is the React Native? Why we are prepared to the React Native development and the market? Why
Hmm.
the people are most of the MNC companies is required to the hiring to the React Native skill set. Let me introduce on that stuff. Then we can understand more. So it's a React Native is the open source frameworks developed by Facebook that allows developer build the mobile application to use the JavaScript or TypeScript to use the React.js framework. It's make to the native mobile applications. So we have to write the single source code that will be deployed with both iOS and Android platforms with a single code base. So we have to the popular of the extensions will be the React library. React library, like it's a very high famous UI components library. So we can make it as a web development as well as the mobile development. So if you go for the React JS, that will be the web development. It's to make to the different orientations of the web application. If you go for the React native, that will be support for the iOS and Android application, mobile purely is the mobile components. So finally building the interfaces of the web for the React.js, React Native for the mobile application development. So this is the open source framework. Just we have to like if you implementing the native iOS development, definitely what you have to require the language. So we have to know about the Objective C and
Or Swift.
Swift or
Swift.
Xcode.
Xcode, yeah.
Xcode is the tool to develop the native iOS applications. If you prepare to the native Android development, so we have to know I have experience about the Java, Kotlin, and Android Studio. That is for the native Android development. So, but if you are developing React Native development, no need to require to the Objective C or Shift and Kotlin. Just we have to require the language will be JavaScript or TypeScript. That is one of the famous language. So we have to understand the language. Then we have to require to the Visual Studio. Visual Studio is the ID to develop the React Native application.
Definitely. Okay.
Okay, so this is the difference of the native iOS and the native Android and React Native. Okay, so what was the most challenges, advantages compared to the React Native and native? Okay, if you choose to the React Native, so we can build as iOS and Android quickly, and also UI mostly it's a shared means we have to write the once source code that will be support to the two platforms. So we have to require the JavaScript and React library. That is the required, and it's most uh, interaction and to get the updates. You are building the, like if you, I am preparing the any minimum value production or startup product. I want to build some e-commerce application. I want to build some minimal value production related demo purpose. So React Native will be very easy. Just we have to create the React Native project. We can start the building activities, deploy the two platforms. Suppose if you go for the native, definitely we have to go for the, like if you animation related things, like native device features, related features, then we have to go for the native. So which one will be the best compared to the what is the performance and behavior? So if you go for the scenario, single platform, high performance, native is good. So if you want to make to the both iOS and Android and high performance, React Native is the best. And the complex device integration means, like if you are integrated to the Bluetooth library, if you are integrated to the maps, camera, GPS, if you have to the complex customization features, Native will be the good. If you making for the start of your minimal part, that will be the React Native will be the best. Okay, and come to the features wise. Just I told you language wise. So the native iOS is required to the Swift and native Android Kotlin or Java. Okay. Come to the React Native, it's required to the JavaScript and TypeScript. Come to the performance, so best in the class direct hardware. So to access to the hardware, like hardware means camera, GPS, Bluetooth library. So in default packages will be there, so no need to install the third-party packages. That is that's why native iOS is the like native development is a high-level performance to make to the single development. But if you go for the bridging, like so if you want to integrate the Bluetooth, GPS, maps, we have to the concept like bridging. Bridging will be the concept to make to the performance in the React Native. Okay. So come to the UI consistency, platform perform UI using native components, good, but needs to the third-party library in the native level. So if you go for the UI consistency, like UI, what you have to the login form, registration form, what are the forms will be there. If you when are developing the SIP, what we are doing, you have to declare the export, storyboard or XIB. So how you are developing the native iOS in the UI, Malesh?
Which one? Which one, sir?
For native iOS development UI.
Mm-hmm.
How you have developed that one?
I'm using auto layouts.
So you used auto layout, but you have the experience on the storyboard or XIB, right?
Yeah, storyboards. I'm comfortable with storyboards.
Yeah, storyboard. Just you have to apply the storyboard, make to the drag and drop the UI, and
UI labels,
auto
buttons,
layout to set to the different orientation
constraints. Yes.
constraints. Okay.
Yes.
But in the UI constraints, the React Native, it's not like that. We have to write the native React Native UI frameworks. So we have to install the frameworks. We have to write the all the code stuff. Then only UI will be deploy on that one. We have to write the style sheet and some style sheet will be for the UI, and different UI components will be there, like test field and like same like test field. UI test field will be the iOS. Test input will be the React Native. So we have the different components. Then in next class, I will give the, when I start the UI activities, we'll give the brief on that stuff. Okay. So come to the code reviews. It's a separate code base and it's a single code base for both the platforms. Okay. So community wise, community and plugin. So we have to the iOS will be the Apple community and Android is the Google community. So here in the React Native is the Facebook large open source community. Okay. So come to the access to the device APIs. It's a full and direct need to the native modules. So this is the, and also hot reloading means, suppose you have to implementing the some UI. The UI, I have some login form. The login form, you have the test input, like UI test field, username and password and button. Just suppose I'm making the any changes in the UI, what we need to the iOS, again, we need to run the application. Then only iOS app will be coming. But if you come to the React Native, it's not required to the again run it. It's automatically rebuild it the UI. So no need to run it again. That is the advantage of the hard reloading in the React Native.
Yeah.
Okay, so come to here the features. What are the features will be there? So we have to the cross-platform development, like it's a single code and deploy the multiple platforms and JavaScript and React. This is the React Native framework to support to the component-based architecture. So like component means, so we have to the different UI components like test input, buttons, test. Touchable opacity, different components, UI components will be there in the React Native. Those components too will be used to the user interface to make to the different orientations. So and also native performance wise, we have to use to the aim to provide the native high level of the API communication. Native also will be supported. And hard rolling, just I told you, hard reloading will be supported. Like just what are the changes we have to done the coding side, just to make it a R. If you press to R, command R, then automatically reload the features showing the output. Okay, so come to the React Native CLI and Expo. So we have to we should create the project two ways, via React Native CLI, via Expo. Expo will be the their own packages. So React Native packages. So we have to build as a three platforms: iOS, Android, and web. If you come to the React CLI, so only support to the two platforms, iOS and Android. If I'm creating the project Expo, let me open the portal, then you can understand more. Yes. So if you go for the Expo, we have to create the project by using the Expo or React Native CLI. So if you go for the React Native CLI, it will be support to only two platforms. If you go for the Expo, it will be support to the three platforms. That is the difference of the Expo and the React Native CLI. And also it's a single code base and a different UI. So we have to iOS will be different UI and that is a different UI. If you want to make it, it will be also supported by using the style sheet. It will be supported. Okay.
Okay.
So come to the logic wise, React Native logic application implemented by using the JavaScript or TypeScript, especially with React framework. React Native allows two component architectures where UI divided into small and reusable components. These components created using JavaScript or TypeScript and they encapsulated both UI and corresponding logic. So here, this is the UI element. UI element will be written by the JavaScript, and we have to compile it and showcase to the native of the UI. So this is the diagram to make to the like UI activities and different of the component exposed to the React Native. Okay. So like that, we have to build it. But once we have to start the exact course, then I will give the practical, everything on the practical. No need to make the theoretical. So we have to give the practical oriented course and development in the print up teams. Then only will you can understand the how the process will be going on. Okay. So this is the
Got it. Got it.
React Native logics on behind that one. Come to the codes. So what are the codes will be provided in this React Native? Let me open on the codes. Excuse. Yeah, this is the core structure. So first will be the introduction of the React Native. What is the React Native and what is the difference between the React Native and Native and Flutter? We have the demanding market, Flutter also demanding market that will be the supported by developed by the Google and setup of the development environment by using the Expose CLI or React Native CLI and a folder structure in the tools like Visual Code and Android and Studio, Xcode, how the folder will be created. That will be the introduction of the React Native. And also we have to the concepts like core concepts, how to build through the UI, icons, flat list, scroll view, like what we have there in the table view and collection view in the iOS.
Collection view.
So same like that in the React Native, what are the UI components will be there. So how to components will be data will be transferred to the one props to other props like that. That will be also it's a concept on that one and also navigation. It's a iOS also we have to the navigation right push pop like that. Also navigation the React Native how to navigate from the one control to other control and one page to another page like we have to login page, dashboard page, registration page, and card features. So if you want to navigate to the different screens, push and pop, how to make it that one? That is one of the navigation. We have to the different navigations like drawer navigation, top bar navigations, and also making the bottom bar navigations. So like that, how we can teach to the different navigations and also APIs integrations in the networking, like how to communicate to the APIs and how to get the APIs, how to push the APIs and we have to the perform the code operations and each one has the some different examples and handling the loads and errors and pagination and also we have to the how to call to the APIs by the React hooks and React JS like that we can handle that. That is the API integration and networking for the API calls. And come to the state management, we have to the different state management in the React Native. So once we'll be start the exact course, I will give the more brief on that one. We'll get the more idea. This is the rough idea. What is the course structure of the React Native? So
Okay.
here we Redux toolkit, Redux, Thunk, and Saga, and Just and Movax. So this is the state management, how to data will be stored to the entire the application and where will we get the data. And also it's a platform-wise features like, like GPS, maps, camera, push notifications, and linking permissions. This will be come to the platform features. So authentications will be there like Google authentication, Facebook authentication, JWT tokens. So how to make to the security of the keychains and the secure storage, navigation guards. This is come to the authentication and security. Then come to the advanced concepts. We have to the how to code will be optimization, how to make to the architectures. So I think you have to know about the MEM architecture, MEC architecture, singleton design architectures. So how to make to the architectures in the React Native, how to reusability the code and deep linking to the one component to another component, how to deep link will be happening to the one application, other application, animations, gestures. This is the advanced concepts. And also we have to the testing, like once start the any features, we have to start the unit test cases and by using Jest framework. If you go for the iOS, XC unit test framework will be used for that one. Same like Jest is the, it's one of the framework to implementing the unit test cases. So, and also component testing using the React Native testing libraries. This is the one of the libraries to make to the testing. So come to the deployment, how to generate the APK, how to generate the IPA file, how to deploy the apps into App Store and Play Store, how to generate the keys, certificate developed keys and distribution keys and production keys, and how to make to the code push and version controller. Everything will be in the deployment process. And also will teach to the different like e-commerce project and some building projects. Everything I will give the some practical examples on that one. We'll teach on this course. Okay, this is the mainly course structure to build to the React Native. So mostly I'm giving to the all will be the high level of the practical. Who will be most of the experienced guys? This course will be suitable to build the different apps. So this is the course structure, Malesh. If you have any queries, you can ask to me.
Sir, do you also teach this like this practical APIs, like how we design the APIs. I mean, like how we integrate these APIs and all, coming data from the APIs and all. Because
Exactly.
I have
So you want how to create the APIs, how to migrate
no
the
create the
APIs?
APIs. No. The only thing is, as a mobile application developer, what we can do is like we can only instead of creating, we
Consuming the
just
APIs,
use
you
those
can pass the
using the
APIs.
APIs. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Yes. So we have to the almost practical real-time APIs will be there. Like this, APIs and integration will be there. We have
Got
to
it.
the
Okay.
Axios by the Axios library, fetch APIs and post APIs, handling the loading errors, pagination, everything here there. This is the concept of the APIs integrations.
And also, are we covering this memory loading leakage issues, or if at all, if there is any memory issues,
Exactly. Memory
so are we
leaks.
also
Right.
covering?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So memory leaks also I will cover on that one. That will be we have to the Firebase crash analytics tools will be there. How to application will be runtime is crashing. How to handle the crash issues, how to handle the memory issues by using the Xcode and Android Studio profiles. That will be also
Hmm.
covered.
Okay. So, sir, like, I have a question, sir, because see, I have an experience of like into native development. But so, like, how many years of experience can I keep? So, like, once I'm done with the course, maybe
Come
can I
again?
keep?
I mean, I'll
So,
repeat.
because I have an experience, I'm an experienced guy, right, sir?
Yes.
So, can I keep some 2 years of experience into React Native? So, once we are done with the course.
Oh, okay. You are asking like,
Mm,
definitely.
mm,
So, what I gave to the examples, what I give the demonstration, what I give the projects on that one,